Safety is the focus on this episode of SEVA TV. We'll ride the bus, use a crosswalk, and cower from the red circle. Stay tuned for all of this and more on SEVA TV. Hello and welcome to SEVA TV. My name is Naya and I am so excited to be your host today. Due to COVID, we have all spent our fair share of time online. In this PSA, Samuel educates us on the dangers of ransomware.
Ransomware is a type of malicious software that infects a computer and restricts users' access to it until a ransom is paid. Ransomware is often spread through phishing emails or infected websites, which then downloads malware onto the computer system. Some possible impacts of ransomware are temporary or permanent loss of information and disruption to the computer and its functions. To combat these threats, it is recommended that you constantly update your antivirus and not to click on unsolicited links. Thank you and be safe.
Does your school have an elevator? If so, Blake from Campo High School warns you not to jump around or it may break. Let's tune in to learn more about the Campo elevator situation.
My name is Blake. I go to Campo High School and my video is Elevator Closed. My video is about a new elevator at Campo being closed after only 2 weeks of being open. I want the viewers to learn that playing in an elevator is wrong. Don't do it! I was the reporter and the photographer and the editor. I'm the best there ever was.
With the implementation of a new science building here at Campo, an elevator has been built. However, after only 2 weeks, it's been mysteriously closed.
I think that it gets busy around the stairs and there's a lot of people coming in and out of the building. So I think the elevator is pretty cool because if there's a lot of people on the stairs, you could just hop into the elevator and go up to the second floor.
Having an elevator may be convenient to some students, but does our school need to have one?
It's a civil rights law, okay? That all public, all public works, all public institutions have to be fully accessible to anyone in the general public. So you cannot discriminate against an individual that has a disability by putting in a set of stairs and being like, well, climb the stairs in your wheelchair.
The other day I saw like 10 people go into the elevator, and ever since I saw that, the next day I saw a sign that was posted and it said that we can't use the elevators now.
It looks like if students stop playing on the elevator, there's a chance it could be reopened. This is Blake reporting for DC Daily.
Next up, we have a series of public service announcements coming up that highlight the safest ways to get to school.
There are many great vehicle choices, but one that is great for students is buses. Buses are great forms of transportation that help out busy parents who can't pick up their kids. Buses are a great way to communicate and socialize with others. The buses are pretty big and can hold multiple students at a time. If you're looking for a great way to socialize and communicate with others, you should look into riding the bus.
The right way how to cross the crosswalk is to stop, push the button, and wait for the hand to tell you to go. The wrong way to cross the crosswalk is to just go through the light without even looking or stopping. Hope these tips keep you safe while crossing the crosswalk.
Today, Keaton from Sunrise Elementary School ventures into the forbidden red circle. Let's find out more.
I'm not stepping in the red circle. You step in it because I'm not stepping in it. Neither am I. What are you guys even talking about? The red circle. Nobody knows our country. Nobody even knows where it came from. But everybody knows nobody would ever touch it. Hey guys, what are you guys talking about? The red circle. Guys, it's just a circle. And I bet it's used for nothing. See? Nothing will...
Recently, we faced a staff shortage in the San Juan School District. Students from Del Campo High School have the full scoop.
Hi, my name is Clifton. I go to Del Campo High School, and the title of my video is Staff Shortage in the San Juan Unified School District. Well, we all know that COVID is a virus that spreads very easily. It hit our district kind of hard, so we were having many teachers and students out, so it was hard to find substitutes. This COVID can mess up your life dramatically. School, students especially. It's hard to have a substitute teacher, and when teachers are gone, it's hard to learn.
The new COVID-19 variant Omicron has caused a major shortage in staff in the San Juan School District. Let's hear some more information on how it has affected the staff of Del Campo.
So entire staff, we've had over 20 with both teachers as well as IAs, and then also our nutritional support folks have been out, custodians have been out. So if you blend everybody together, it's around 30. I don't think we're going to do any shutdowns. I think right now, we're in about week 3 of probably a 6-week curve of this variant.
From the looks of it, seems like we aren't going to see a shutdown occur at Del Campo. As long as there is enough staff available, our school can continue to run. Now let's hear some of the changes our substitutes and teachers have been experiencing.
I have been a substitute teacher for San Juan for maybe a month. My schedule can be anything from working every single day to maybe only working once or twice a week. There's definitely more work available, but I can see that it's hard on the students because they don't have that consistency, having the same teacher all the time.
My schedule really hasn't changed that much compared to prior to COVID. I did teach an extra period last block. It's been a challenge. So last block, I was not able to cover anyone's classes, and it's always going to be beneficial if you can cover someone's class that is in your department. We are getting compensated financially, but it's a lot of extra stress, it's a lot of extra pressure, and then it's just hard on the students.
If we continue to do our part by wearing masks and staying safe, we can eventually see a reduction in absences in both students and staff. With photographer Patrick and Riley, I am Clifton reporting for DC Daily.
Sometimes the best way to be a friend is to identify mental health issues and support them through struggle. Let's watch this PSA by Damien from Franklin High School.
When people are having suicidal thoughts, they might feel alone or not seen. If you know someone who has become distant or has withdrawn themselves from everyone, be the one to reach out and let them know they're not alone. Talk to them about your concerns or ask them directly. Are you thinking about suicide? If you know someone who you may think is having suicidal thoughts, contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255.
Even if the message seems important, it's more important to not text and drive. Yana shows us why. Training your dog is as important as ever, so the whole community can stay safe. Let's find out more.
Many people have dogs. That is why it's important to train them. I interviewed a few people on what they think about dog training. Here's what they said.
So I'm a dog owner. I don't actually train dogs, but our dog is more trained than a dog that's not trained, if that makes sense. We just make sure that she is comfortable around other dogs, knows how to interact with other dogs, and is all around a good housemate with us.
And you can get to know your dog better by taking walks, traveling, playing, and just snuggling with them. It just is this great bond with something other than people.
Dogs are fun creatures, they're super lovable. I encourage everyone that I meet to get a dog or have an animal of some kind because our dog brings us so much joy.
There's home rules, like can't just go to the bathroom wherever they want, and so that helps both the dog and us. It also helps, I think, just for making the relationship with the dog way more fun.
As a dog trainer, I basically train humans to train their dogs.
I have a puppy who we've been trying to train, mostly successful, for the last year.
I originally was going to do obedience with him, which I did do for a good 2 years. And then I got into what they call confirmation, which is showing the dogs.
Started training because I worked in shelters for several years, and there's a lot of behaviors that dogs do, like jumping and barking, that is very trainable. So I like to keep them out of the shelters by teaching the pet parents early on what to do to communicate properly and educate and socialize their dogs.
Watch a YouTube video. We actually spent many hours just looking at YouTube videos, figuring out how to deal with puppies and what to do, what not to do, and really get the basics down. Like sit, stay, come, and fetch is what we started with.
You have to have the proper tools, you have the proper toys, the proper food, the proper education, and be prepared for your life to change when that puppy does, or adult dog does come in your life.
One resource that I think all people should use, especially if they don't have any training clubs in their area, you can go to the AKC, the American Kennel Club website, and click on what they call expert advice. And on that, when you click down, there's all kinds of resources for training and short videos. There's lists of books.
Start working with a professional dog trainer as soon as possible. As soon as the dogs have their first vaccines, about 8-9 weeks, they can start socializing with other dogs. They can start working with a trainer, and the owners start learning how to get their dogs prepared for what's going to be happening in the future.
Everyone needs a pet.
Started out with doing obedience, and it just led to almost 40 years of a lot of fun.
Next, we learn how to make a safe and positive school environment with students from Carnegie Middle School.
In this video, you will learn how to make a safe and positive school environment. If you follow these steps, you too can make a big impact in your school's environment. Step number 1, be friendly to staff members and fellow students. One of the most important steps to make a positive school experience is to treat the people around you with kindness. Be respectful and kind to everyone that surrounds you. Step number 2, pick up trash when you see it. Picking up trash around the school can not only help your school's impression and cleanliness, but it can also save the janitor's time for more important tasks. Step number 3, offer a helping hand to someone who needs it. Helping fellow students and your teachers can help create a positive school environment. It can also lead to stronger relationships and new friendships. Step number 4, compliment someone. Complimenting others will most definitely make them more confident and happy. Noticing the small things in people can help improve their well-being and mindset as well. Step number 5, do what you're supposed to do. Doing what you are supposed to be doing will surprisingly help others too. Setting a good example and being a leader can lead students to the right path. Step number 6, use things and items properly. Using school equipment and property properly will set a good school reputation and example. These steps can deeply improve your school's environment.
From a safe and positive school environment, let's see how we can keep our oceans clean and safe for all animals.
How many of you guys have been at the grocery store, ready to check out, and got a single-use plastic bag? Well, what did you do with it when you're done? You throw it away, right? Or maybe even recycle it. Or let's say you're on a walk and get thirsty and bring a single-use plastic water bottle and drink all of it. Did you know that about 1 trillion single-use plastic bags are used across the world? That's about 2 million plastic bags wasted every minute. So what is single-use plastic?
So single-use plastics are plastics that you can only use one time. Things like water bottles and Mountain Dew bottles and coffee cups, things that they've pulled from the ground, from the oil, they make the plastic, and then we use it once like a fork or a plastic knife, and then throw it away. So it's just a one-time use item.
So how bad is plastic for the environment?
Thank you for having me here today. My name is Tony Radoszewski, and I am the president and CEO of the Plastics Industry Association. But it's a fact. It's also a fact that a staggering 8 million tons of plastic ends up in the world's ocean each year.
Even the CEO of plastics knows that he's destroying the earth, and yet doesn't stop producing plastic.
Our industry agrees with everyone in this room that there is a plastic waste problem. The urgency of the situation cries out for a solution more thoughtful than simply saying no to a material that lowers greenhouse gas emissions, is more efficient to produce than other materials like metal, paper, and glass, and has delivered numerous benefits to society as a whole.
Even though plastic is helpful, it's still polluting and destroying our earth. In fact, there's so much plastic in the ocean that it has actually formed an island made of debris located between our west coast and Japan, called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is twice as large as Texas. In Kieran blog, it states 8 million tons of plastic annually reach our oceans. At that rate, in the near future, our beaches and oceans might just be another landfill. Do you recycle? How many of you guys have done your part and recycle? It's helping the earth, right? Or is it? According to Andrew Krasofsky, only 9% of recycling is actually recycled. 9% of recycling is only recycled because many of your plastic is contaminated, which means it's dirty. For example, I've caught my sister many times recycling one of their plastic dishes, and there are still chunks of food in it. Even if it's just one dish that is contaminated, that whole load of recycling will not be recycled, which is another load to the landfill. Did you know that the only plastics labeled 1 and 2 can be recycled? The rest of the numbers 3 through 7 are just indicating what type of plastic they are and are not recyclable.
I'm the Vice Chair of Oceana's Board of Directors. Oceana is the largest international advocacy organization dedicated solely to ocean conservation. Recycling is like trying to mop up water from an overflowing bathtub while the faucet is still running. We need to turn off the faucet and reduce the production of plastic.
So you can understand why recycling isn't enough. Single-use plastic is not only harmful to animals, but also harms us. Let's say it's a nice, hot, sunny day and you left a single-use plastic bottle in your car. When you return to the car, you take a drink from the single-use bottle, not realizing that when plastic gets heated up, it releases toxic chemicals that can cause cancer, birth defects, affects your immunity, and other negative ailments. Don't get me started on how harmful plastics are to animals. This is only one of the millions of other marine life animals affected by the pollution of single-use plastic.
The list of marine animals affected by plastic pollution grows. Plastic has been consumed by an estimated 90% of seabird species and eaten by every species of sea turtle. Even our corals are threatened. In addition to polluting the marine environment, plastic poses a risk to human health. We're now seeing plastic in our water, our food, soil, air, and bodies.
We've all seen the pictures of the turtles with the straws in their noses, or the birds with the Q-tips in their bellies. It's bad for anything that's alive, right? It's bad for us as humans. It's bad for any animal that's out there. And then, you get it into the earth. It biodegrades into microplastics, which is kind of like grains of sand, except for it's plastic that will never go away. And those toxins leach into the environment. So they've now done studies where there's plastic inside babies that are inside their mom's womb. There's plastics in the rain that falls in every country because they're so small, they can be evaporated with water and fall down with rain. So those toxins are everywhere, and it's up to us to find those alternatives to do something different.
So what can we do to significantly reduce the flood of single-use plastic?
There's a bunch of different ways that the co-op is helping to reduce single-use plastic. So I would say one of the ways is that we don't offer plastic at the registers as plastic bags for people to take their groceries home in. That's not even an option. In the produce department, we just started not offering plastic bags to put produce in. We have the biodegradable bags. I brought one, but anyway, they're these guys. I don't know if you saw these in the last couple weeks. We have these instead of plastic bags. We offer a lot of different products that are in in glass instead of plastic. So I brought like milk that's often in like big plastic jugs. We have in glass, and this glass you can use over and over and over again. So and another thing, I think yogurt is one of those things where they're in these tiny little cups, and and people just throw them away, and that's really convenient and everything, but there are other options too. So we have glass yogurt in glass, all different things. I think a huge way that the co-op keeps single-use plastic out or encourages people not to use single-use plastic is in our bulk department. So people can shop in the bulk department using their own containers, fill up their jars. I know your family does that. Fill up their jars with sugar, all different things, beans, rice, even like maple syrup, all different things.
Now you know why single-use plastic is bad for the environment, recycling isn't enough, and it is not only harmful to animals, but also harms us. So the next time you're at a restaurant, make a change. Maybe don't accept a plastic straw and use a metal straw instead. Bring a cloth bag to the grocery store instead of a plastic bag. And carry around a reusable water bottle instead of a plastic water bottle. It starts with all of us making small changes. Don't be a part of the pollution, be a part of the solution.
Everyone has the possibility to change the world. Just little little choices at a time. And that's all we're doing, right? You and me.
That's all we have for you today, but guess what? We have more episodes and even more videos. So if you want to check out anything else brought to you by SECC, like the SEVAs, go to secctv.org for more information. My name is Naya, and thanks for joining me for this episode of SEVA TV. See you next time.